New York comes out at me every once in a while. Sorry. I know you're as happy for me as I am. I know you are, really, actually. Really? Right?
Congratulations.
Actually, we're ecstatic.
Congratulations.
Excuse me.
Get your voice back.
Oh, boy. First of all, I thought we beat a very good basketball team, well-coached team, and that kid Dominic Morrison could play in a lot of places. He was a big concern going in, and he proved to be worthy of the attention he's gotten. The neat thing for us, I don't think we shot well. I don't think we handled the ball particularly well. Pop was not 100%, and yet we still won and gutted it out against a good team. Really proud of our guys. Justin, you know, stepped in there, and that was Scott Sutton's credit. You know, knew the rule, and they got to pick the shooter, and they picked the guy with the lowest percentage. And how cool was that for Justin to step to the line and make those 2 foul shots? And then we got some good defensive stops when we needed them. You know, proud of our guys. Excited. They're excited about playing, and I think that's a big part of it. You know, that you know you're in postseason play, and you know it's kind of a funky time a little bit. And we came out, and I thought played with good energy, and Ryan Harp with our small unit, you know, gave us a good lift at the start, and then Pop came in, and you know his back warmed up. He was a little tight there at the beginning, and then got loose. Warren Young and Dr. Baker deserve co-MVPs for taking care of our guys. We had on Monday Papadilla tweak his back, hadn't practiced since. Loesch tweaked his back. Miles was sick, didn't practice for 2 days. You know, we're banged up a little bit, and Rob banged up his shoulder, but I think everyone's banged up a little bit, and again, just excited that we won.
Can you talk a little about the preparation that you and your staff did, game planning for this? Not only an unfamiliar opponent, but having to put together essentially 2 game plans, one if Pop can go and one if he can't go based on his health.
The best thing was, you know, the best thing about Pop's injury was it was Monday, and so you could plan for it. And you know, I think as a leader, you've got to act like it's not the end of the world. And I told the team, I said, it doesn't say Papadilla University on this jersey, it says Southern Methodist University. And that if we have to, I'm confident that we'll put Ryan at the starting spot, and that we run our stuff and we compete, we'll win the basketball game. And they believed it too, and I believed it, I truly believed it. And so we went with that game plan, and again, I'm glad it happened on Monday versus Tuesday or in shoot-around today. So we were mentally prepared for that. And then to Pop's credit, he warmed up, didn't look great in warm-ups, got on the bike, felt a little bit better, and said he could give it a go. And I thought he was a little tentative at the beginning, rightfully so, and then he got loose. And here's a guy with a bad back, gets 17 and 15 and 5 blocks. You know, it's pretty impressive.
How much did you think you'd be able to get out of him tonight?
You know, my mindset had to be that I wasn't getting anything out of him. I mean, I had a you know, in the pregame talk, it was like, okay, we'll figure it out, but right now I'm planning on Ryan starting. And then when I went out, we have to put the starters in with 10 minutes. So with 14 minutes, I was out on the floor, and I don't usually go out on the floor. And I asked Pop to throw the ball off the backboard 2 times and try to dunk it, and he missed it both. And he looked, you know, a little tentative. So I said, you continue to warm up. If you're okay, we'll put you in early in the game. And I just wanted to go with confident guys that were going to have great energy to start the game.
Can you talk about the end of regulation? That was a pretty wild sequence right there, and you were out at half court. I thought maybe we might even get a technical call.
Oh yeah. No.
What were you arguing? Were you calling?
Well, I wasn't. I didn't have an argument. I was basically saying I'm trying to call timeout with 4 seconds to go. You know, and they're saying we're trying to referee the game. And so, you know, hindsight, do I say to them, if we get the rebound, I'm going to call timeout? You know, but I'm trying to, you know, 4 seconds to go, I'm yelling and screaming, and I got big feet and got a pretty loud voice. But, you know, to their credit, they're refereeing the game. I thought, actually, they did a terrific job in a physical game with some weird situations, you know, double technicals, the end of the game situation. I thought that was fair. Like, you know, who really deserves the ball with 0.5 seconds to go? I would love it. Pop threw the ball and it hit the scoreboard. You know, they blew it dead. I thought they made the right call. Now we won. You know, if we lost, would have liked 4 seconds on the clock and a chance to get a shot off.
Okay, so they ruled that the ball hit the scoreboard with 0.5.
Well, they just basically ruled that it was a dead play. That it was dead play. It wasn't a shot clock violation because the ball hit the rim. There was no foul. They didn't recognize my timeout, so they blew the play dead. And so it's kind of like playing in the streets, you know, growing up, touch football, you know, do-overs, you know, Hindu, it's a wash, you know, no play, okay, overtime. That was, I think, fair.
When they stopped it, though, first to review the call and then to talk to you and Coach Sutton, there was still a half a second on the clock.
Right.
What was their explanation for taking that extra half second off rather than giving you the ball at a half a second and saying, all right, if you can throw in a miracle, go for it?
You know, just, you know, the fair thing is plays dead. You know, they could have said, you know, the ball hit the scoreboard. So it's like, you know, we could say the ball hit the scoreboard and give it to them, or we can give it to you. We don't think it's fair to do either. So let's just play overtime. So, okay, good enough for me.
Haynes, his free throws you mentioned were huge. What were you thinking when he was at the line?
You know what? As much work as Jerry Hobby does with the players on foul shooting, I'm very confident. And I think it's our job to be confident and sit down. And I really learned a lot from Dean Smith. If you look at Michael Jordan's game-winning shot in 1982, and if you haven't seen this picture in my office of it, you look at Coach Smith and his staff, and you look at the Georgetown staff. The Georgetown is up, kind of panicked. Dean Smith sitting like this, and the staff is sitting calmly. And I think we put, and more than any other year, we put our work in here, and then it's got to surface on the court. And there's not much I can do at that point. As they say, the hay's in the barn. You know, I'm confident. Justin's looked good on his foul shot. His foul shooting has improved over the last month. And, you know, when the other coach says, we want you at the foul line, that's pretty cool that he goes to the foul line and knocks him down.
You know, I saw you went by and even thanked the band that was here. What does this win mean to you?
I just think that, you and I have talked a lot about turnarounds, and I feel like we've turned it around, as I told you, and then winning this game would be icing on the cake, and then there'd be more icing on Saturday, and so it just, you like to win, and the thing that I wanted to reward the fans. Like I was really impressed with the turnout. I don't know how many we had, not over 1,000. I told the team, I said, we may not get 500 people here because it's spring break for the students, but it's also spring break for the community. My wife and kids are on a mission trip down in the south part of the state. So, for that group to show up and be loud, we wanted to reward them. So I was happy for Dr. Turner. I was happy for, David Miller. I was happy for Ira Terrell. I was happy for Vic Salvino. I was happy for all the people who invest financially and emotionally in this program. This may sound trite. I've won games. I've been on winning teams. But you want to bring that to this university, and I think June's done it, and we want to do it and put smiles on people's faces and be a respected player in not only Dallas but in college basketball. And I think people recognize the job we're doing, and hopefully we don't stop. Hopefully we play it on out.
Which gave you a bigger lift from Justin at the end, those 2 free throws or the next play where he knocked the ball off of Morrison out of bounds to get it back?
Justin is going to play because he can guard, and he also can get us into our offense. And so when he does something extra, Justin's, and I know he's here, he's a terrific talent, and he needs to believe that. Sometimes we believe it more than he believes it. Like when he posted up and scored. Okay, that's Justin. When he drove it and missed the layup, like I was waiting for him to punch that, dunk it. You know, because he's done that before. And so Justin is a nice young man, but on the court, he needs to be a little bit more, play with an edge and play with that confidence, because when he does, we're better. You know, we're better. And you know, his defense was terrific, and you know, we were all confident that he was going to make those foul shots. I mean, we all, as a staff, sat there, and Jerry Hobby said these are in. He puts in a lot of work. They look good. Even his, I think what did he shoot from the foul line today? 3 of 5. So the 2 he missed, I thought looked good. And I think, you know, if he starts to believe in himself as much as we believe in him, you know, we can still get better. Like as a coach, you can get better in postseason. You know, and you look at teams that advance and go on, and sometimes it's not the known star players. It's that guy who is like a Justin, who comes off the bench and can just take it to another level.
What was the thinking behind having Jeremiah take the opening tip-off?
You know what? I knew we weren't going to win the jump ball. And so I said, all right, 4 guys. All right, I'm going back to 1957. Tommy Kearns jumped center against Will Chamberlain. In the national championship game, Frank McGuire put him in because nobody's going to beat Will Chamberlain for the jump. So I thought we could put our 4 bigger players on the outside, and as the ball's thrown up, rush the circle. Well, we rushed it too good. We ended the circle and got a violation. But, and also it might just play mind games with him, you know. So I was thinking back to Frank McGuire and Tommy Kearns in '57. Last time SMU won a home game in postseason play was 1957.
Yes. Will Chamberlain jumped center the night before.
There you go.
Yeah.
You talk to these guys, they deserve it. Thank you very much for being here.
Matt.
Thanks, Coach.
Good win, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.